Welcome back. Bruce Porter joins us now for this week's Dollars and Cents segment. Always good to see you.
Bruce.
Good to be here.
You got some good news?
Well, I hope so.
I hope so,
Okay.
too.
You know, we're going to keep talking about this fun and exciting topic called retirement.
Yes, we've gone through, what, 3 steps already?
Yeah, we've been through 3 steps. We're on number 4, and not to beat a dead horse, but we were talking a little bit earlier. Health insurance and long-term care, and the reason it's so important to discuss these things, hopefully we're discussing them now before it becomes a necessity.
Right.
And not to really bog down in that type of a subject, but when you're looking at voluntary unemployment on a fixed income, you've only got so much money to go around. You've got to figure out ahead of time how we're going to handle all these things that might pop up. It kind of makes sense,
It
right?
does.
We've talked in the past. Plan for a long life.
Yeah.
Plan for a long life. Healthcare expenses are probably going to go up.
They will.
You might need a couple of different housing options along the way.
Yeah.
And now long-term care assistance. The sooner you start planning, the more options and choices you can have available.
Right.
Yeah.
Kind of all makes sense.
It doesn't sound like something you don't want to plan to be sick, but
No.
you know, but you've got to plan to be taken care of financially.
It's one of those things where you have to plan for the what ifs.
Yeah.
All right, what if I need this? What if I need that? What if there's a couple? What if one goes to care before the other one? And you have that split problem like we discussed on a previous show. You've got to have a game plan because, again, we're on a fixed income. We've worked our whole life for our financial assets. That's what we have to draw from. So now how do we do all that?
Yeah, how do we
Well,
do it?
when you consider cost of care is going up because of demand.
Right.
Length of care is going up because prescription drug improvements,
People are living
pre-care,
longer.
and
Yes, they are.
people are living longer.
Yeah.
Better care. A broken hip now is not that big a deal. You go
Right.
through rehab, you get it fixed,
Right.
and you're good as new. Where years ago it was a major problem for
Right.
seniors. All right. So now there's options for payment. So when we're considering, give or take an argument for $200,000 to $250,000 of care cost in your lifetime.
Right.
All right. How do we pay for that? You can private pay, dollar for dollar, right out of your estate assets.
Yeah.
So either right out of your cash, right out of your investments, sell your home, downside, whatever you
Right.
do, dollar for dollar expenditure. Or you could buy insurance, but in order to do that, you need to plan early in life. You need to plan before you turn 70 or 80. That's too late to be considering
Yeah.
Right.
long-term care insurance as an option because of the price of the premium.
Right.
So at 50, 60 is an ideal age to really be getting into that. And then we've got lots of questions about Medicare. Well, Medicare is more for acute care. It's not for long-term residency.
Right.
It'll pay for rehab, and there's some provisions for that. But when you consider the options for care other than dollar for dollar private pay, insurance, or there's Medicaid. And in order to get Medicaid type assistance, you've got to spend down your assets. Even if you do that and you qualify, there's Medicaid recovery against your estate, and your asset limits are going to be affected all the way
It's
along the way.
not a free lunch. I mean, it's not just going to happen. You do have to plan.
That you have to plan.
This is the same kind of planning you did when you were making an income. Now you still have to plan.
You still
now
have
it's
to
more
plan.
of the outgo you're planning.
You still have to plan, and even if you're retired, you still need to save.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Everybody needs to do that. An age 50 premium for long-term care insurance, there's a wide range, but just as on an average, $3,500 to $7,000 depending on your health, and you've got to medically qualify. Then you've got age 60, you've got a range from $5,000 to $8,900. So as you get older, the price goes up. So the point is, to the whole thing, you've got to have sustainable, guaranteed sustainable income to service the needs that you may have as you age. That's why we focus in our planning process on maintaining sustainable income as we age.
Right.
And that's kind of the point of the whole thing. Next week, we'll get on to another topic.
Well, you take care of all of these areas. And when people come in.
Sure we do. The Resource Center, we provide a lot of different, things there at the office. But if you want help or assistance, I do not charge a fee to sit down and visit with somebody. 30 years of doing this, it's kind of me paying it
Right.
forward. Let me sit down, help you get a game plan, that type of thing. That's always available.
Yeah.